did the Roman government hate Christianity? Why did they persecute innocent men who had repented from their sins? Men who shared what they had with the poor and paid their taxes. What at all could be the reason that would cause an emperor to burn, cast into fire and nailed to the cross and behead one for? We are answering this tough and unpleasant question in this lesson today. If you are interested in studying biblical issues like this, please consider subscribing now. The historical context of this book is very vital if one wants a clearer understanding of Revelation. We must do more than just say the context is important. We must actually pay close attention to it. Let's remember that apocalyptic language always has historical value. Therefore, we must study history in order to properly understand the images. Now let's note some of the reasons. Christianity was labeled as religio illicita, that is to say, an illegal religion. The Roman government had a pantheon where they kept all the gods of conquered cities and towns. Pantheon comes from two Greek words, pan, which means all, and theon, which means gods. Simply, it means a temple of gods. If one's religion did not interfere with other religions by trying to convert others, it was regarded as legal. True Christianity would never bow to this, neither does it admit that salvation can be sought in any other name apart from Christ Jesus, who is the only way, the truth, and the life. Another reason is that Christians refuse to worship the emperor. They refuse to say that Curious Caesar was superior to our Curious Christos. Actually, the persecution of the Christians were more intense in the time of Nero and Domitian. There is a sad story that describes these hard times. In AD 66, a fire destroyed much of Rome, and a rumor spread that Nero has set the fire to further his plans to rebuild the city. In an attempt to falsify the rumors, Nero blamed the Christians, and it was easy for people to believe that because the Christians had taught of a fiery end of the world, based on 2 Peter 3, verse number 10. One great historian called Tacitus narrates what happened in this way. To squash the rumor, Nero substituted as culprit and punished with the utmost refinement of cruelty a class of men, loathed for their vices, whom the crowd styled Christians. Christos, the founder of the name, had undergone the death penalty in the reign of Tiberius by sentence of the procurator Pontius Pilate, and the pernicious superstition was checked for a moment, only to break out once more, not merely in Judea, the home of the disease, but in the capital itself. The confessed members of the sect were arrested. Next, on their disclosures, vast numbers were convicted, not so much on the count of arson as for hatred of the human race, and the reason accompanied their end. They were covered with wild beast skins and torn to death by dogs, or they were fastened on crosses, and when daylight failed, were burned to serve as lamps by night. It was in this regard that the book of Revelation was written, to give hope and comfort to persecuted people. Let's end with a summary of Mr. Eric Hall of Truth for the World. Christianity upset the Roman cause because it taught that all men were lost without Christ. It was considered politically unsafe because it worshipped a criminal that had been executed by the state. It was considered morally undesirable because the early Christians were accused of incest and cannibalism. Christians would not pray to the king. They refused military service because such service required them to wear idolatrous emblems. They preached universal dominion by Jesus, and they refused to acknowledge the divinity of the emperor. May we never cease practicing the truth. May we be bold as these Christians. May we be willing to die for the cause of Christ, and yet in humility practice only those things God commands us. Till we meet again, don't just read the Bible, but study the Bible. The Church of Christ salutes you.